Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about ADA. ADA has also pushed quite significantly, actually, from our dotted line support down here that we talked about in the previous video. And I am currently counting this as a wave 4. As we had it in the previous video, we were waiting for a wave 4. This is now overlapping with wave 1. Now that's not a problem. This is first of all only the micro count we're doing here. In my opinion, a structure that's very difficult to count, very messy, also in my opinion doesn't really make too much sense to try to put too much brain power into this. If you have to count something in a way that you have to put too much brain power into it, it often doesn't help you. So we keep it basic, but I think we have a chance here to count a 1, 2, wave 3, and now the wave 4 as an overlap with wave 1 because it's considered an ending diagonal. Yeah, I'm considering the move down here in this, just need to unpack that, in this wave 5 as an ending diagonal, so we can count here an overlap between waves 1 and 4. I'm currently looking at this as a possible wave 4 because I'm seeing various cryptos do the same, and it also adds up in terms of the subwave structure here for ADA, and it looks like we're doing here an ending diagonal in the form of a descending broadening wedge, yeah, an expanding diagonal basically. They would eventually, well, they typically would break to the upside. Of course, it's not guaranteed, but we've been waiting for a bit of a reaction now for a little while since we've entered here this support area. And so far, we're not in any dangerous territory. ADA is doing what it needs to do to create those divergences that eventually are needed for a bottoming process. Well, they're not needed, but you typically find those divergences. If we, for example, we now make another low, it is most likely that we see some further bullish divergences here. For example, on the 4-hour chart, I could imagine that one more low here on the price chart would create a higher low on the indicator. We also see on the 4-hour chart now a possible bullish crossover coming, but it's preventing that at the moment. And my view is still, I'm not confirming a low in place here yet. In fact, I'm still very open to the idea and would expect one more low, maybe after the weekend, because this wave 4 could possibly lead to some further upside or at least sideways movement on the weekend. Typically, a Saturday would be a pretty boring day. Yeah, we've seen that in the last few weeks. And if we are heading into wave 4 on the weekend, that also typically adds up to the perspective. So yeah, we need to be open to the idea that we can still drop further as long as we stay below the descending trend line. That remains my view. You can actually draw here a channel, an impulsive channel, but it doesn't really help us too much, that impulsive channel. So what I'm looking at here at the moment is just to use this trend line as a possible breakout signal. Yeah, so I mean, we can use this channel as well to estimate maybe an end for the wave 5, which could be down here at the 78.6 fib. But for now, I'm just using it to identify when this impulse basically could break by breaking out to the upside. Break out to the upside of that impulsive channel would be a first indicator that the downtrend is over. For now, we've only just pulled back to the trend line. Yeah, so it's too early to become bullish. We can be watching this structure, absolutely, for a possible low, because you might be able to count here a small 1, 2, 3, maybe this is a 4, and a 5. If we get 5 waves up, that would lead to a breakout above the trend line, even though it's just breaking it briefly and probably then coming back in an ABC correction. That would be something decent. We can watch for that. But for now, it's way too early to confirm that. Yeah, but it's in the larger support area, as you know, where we wanted the prices to get into. And now we're watching if it can reverse from here. Obviously, we had quite a bit of bearish news this week across the market. Also, banks have been sold off. So it's not only the crypto market, also the S&P 500 did sell off quite a bit. In that light, crypto did hold quite well. And we had a few invalidations of scenarios, but for most coins, the solid ones that I cover, most of them are holding their support levels, and also Bitcoin, Ethereum are still in a wave 2. So yeah, one more low would be expected. The trend is still down. A breakout of the channel would be a first signal. Things are turning around. And then an even better signal, in my opinion, but then we've already moved quite a bit, would be a move above the red resistance area here at 34.5 cents. Until we break out of the channel, the focus needs to be on one more low, as it has been throughout this entire period. Yeah, down, 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 down. Up here, we still had a chance to put another more complex correction in, but eventually the target was down here. And also here, yeah, when we saw the first reaction on the 3rd of March to our support area, I reminded you we need to get confirmation. We need to break out of that channel. We need to break out of the resistance area. Until we see that, be on high alert for further downside. And so far, that was hopefully helpful. Also here, yeah, it's still the trend line. Yeah, it stops it, even though it's quite a significant move, but not enough yet. We can be watching, yeah, but it's not enough yet. Bear in mind that also in a wave 4, you will get an ABC typically, if it's not a triangle, and an A wave can be an impulse. So that would explain the surge of today. Okay, that's my update about ADA. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.